At the end of the 1990s, a financial storm shook the world, wiping out fortunes overnight. Investors lost not only their money but also their homes, jobs, reputations, and futures. This was the infamous dot-com bubble, a time when the word .com could make billionaires overnight, only to destroy them just as quickly. Today, in 2025, many experts believe we are witnessing a similar storm forming again. Every great revolution begins with a spark. The spark of the dot-com era was a computer program called Mosaic. In 1993, when the internet was dull and text-only, Mosaic became the first browser to display images alongside text. This invention brought the internet to life. Behind it was a young programmer, Marc Andreessen, who later co-founded Netscape. In August 1995, Netscape launched its IPO at $28 per share. Within hours, the price soared to $75 before closing at 58 $. Oh, company with little profit but a popular browser suddenly held a market value of $2.9 billion. Investors who bought in early doubled their money in a single day. This success sent a dangerous signal worldwide. If a company had .com in its name, its value could skyrocket, profit or no profit. The mantra became, growth is king, profit is optional. As a result, investors rushed to buy any .com stock, not for real business returns, but purely for speculation. Venture capitalists began pouring money blindly into internet startups. Companies like Pets.com, Boo.com, eToys.com, and Webvan.com launched, often with no sustainable business models. Between 1998 and 1999, more than 450 companies went public, and many of their stocks jumped 80 to 90% on the first day of trading. Ordinary people with no stock market knowledge jumped in, driven by greed and fear of missing out. Even Alan Greenspan, then chairman of the Federal Reserve, warned about irrational exuberance, comparing the market to a dangerous bubble. But his warnings were ignored as CEOs became rock stars, and startups burned through millions on lavish parties rather than building real businesses. Some examples were shocking. Boo.com spent $188 million in just 6 months, mostly on entertainment. Pixelon spent $16 million on a single launch party featuring famous bands. Many companies survived only as long as fresh investor money kept flowing. One of the most famous cases was Webvan, an online grocery startup. It raised billions, built delivery fleets and warehouses, and even hired top executives from Apple to boost credibility. At its peak, Webvan's valuation crossed $10 billion. But it all rested on hype rather than profitability. The bubble eventually burst due to several key triggers. Y2K fear, as 1999 ended, panic spread that old computer. Systems might fail when the calendar flipped to 2000. Although the crisis never materialized, the fear led to stock sell-offs, rising interest rates. In February 2000, the Fed raised interest rates, making safer bank deposits more attractive than risky stocks.